This is officially the longest video on my channel. After I add this part and all the other areas, this is combined going to be more than 50 minutes long. So I will put, I don't know if I've put them yet at the start of this upload, timestamps for every single letter of the alphabet. So you will have 26 timestamps. Keep in mind this video is in alphabetical order. So if you want to find your country, just go and click on the letter it starts with. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Last week, I made a video about every single name change for the last few centuries. And I did say in the last video that I would make a video, possibly, of the etymology of every single name of every single country. Yeah, this is that video. It says every name. So, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now, there are 195 countries, so I might have to cover some in one part and another in the other, but who knows, maybe I'll get through all of them today. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. Now for this video, we're doing, once again, Pax Historia to explain everything because the map is cool and I like the map. Wee. And today I'm playing as the least played country, the BRICS nation. I'm actually the second person in the entirety of people who play this to use BRICS. Anyway, let's start with North America, then go to South America, then Europe, then Asia, then Africa, then Australia. Oceania. So yeah. And then as a bonus, we could also do Antarctica. So let's go in alphabetical order. You know what? I'm actually going to go in alphabetical order for this map. Like, not going through continents because that's slow. And I like fast. First up, Afghanistan. This is from Classical Persian, where you get Afghan, and from Bactrian, where you get Abagano, which could be where the name comes from. It can also come from Proto-Iranian Hapa, which means away, from Proto-Indo-European Hepoana, which were an ethnic group, and there is also the Sanskrit Ashvakan, the literal meaning being horsemen. So I guess everybody in Afghanistan are horsemen. Albania, land of the Albanians. Very simple. This is referring to the tribe that used to be in the same region, the Albanoi. Then Algeria, a Latinization of land of Algiers, the French colonial name of l'Algérie. Andorra, which derives from either the Arabic Adadara, or the forest, or the Navarro Aragonese Anduril, or the scrubland. This could also mean the the wild valleys of hell. Angola. This literally means the land of the Negonto. I'm sorry if I mispronounce these words. This is from the Portuguese colonial name Reino de Angola, which basically is a reference to the Nibundu title Nigola Akilinje, or Conquering Angola. It's confusing, don't blame me. Next is Antigua and Barbuda, first one in the New World. Antigua means ancient, corrected from earlier integral. Barbuda means bearded, so ancient beard in a nutshell. Ancient and beard. Argentina means in Italian made of silver, silver colored, which derives from the Latin argentum, which means silver. I'm not gonna waste my time explaining. Anyway, what's next? Next we have Armenia. Classic Armenia. The etymology is kind of unknown. All we know is that it was Latinized from the Greek Armenia, land of the Armenioi. We don't know which the Armenoi can come from the Persian Armena, but we do not know what that means. Next we get the land down under Australia, which means southern land, which was adapted from the legendary Terra Australis Incognita, which before Antarctica was discovered was used to call Antarctica as the unknown southern land. Before people discovered Antarctica, the UK got fed up and decided just to call Australia, giving it the title of the most southern land. Very southern. Austria means Eastern March. This is Latinized from the German Österreich. Azerbaijan, land of the Atropates. Yeah. A former name was Albania. Albania. Next, we have the Bahamas, which is called the large upper land from the Lucayan name Bahama, used by the indigenous Taino. Next is Bahrain, which means the two seas in Arabic, Al-Bahran. However, the question of which two seas were originally attended remains in a dispute. A popular folk etymology shows the two seas, which are mentioned 5 times in the Quran. And I guess we will never know, because I only see one Gulf, and it's the Gulf of Persia. And there's one area here which is called the Strait of First Two Bengals. The name Bangladesh first was called in 2 words Bangladesh. In the 1950s, it was popularized as a political chant in East Pakistan. Next, we have Barbados. Fairly easy. Barbados, similar to Barbuda, means bearded. That was easy. Next, Belarus. Literally means Bela, white, Rus, Russia. Bela, white, Russia. Even though it's green on this map. Belgium means land of the Belgae, referring to the Roman province of Gallia Belgica, or Belgic Gaul, which is a Latinized name of the Celtic tribe there. Then we have Belize. The etymology is unknown. It's derived from the Spanish transcription of Wallace. Next is Benin, refers to the Bight of Benin, Bite itself is named after a city and a kingdom in present-day Nigeria, having no relation to the modern Benin. Bhutan. Nobody really knows where the name came from. It was popularized with similar names, including Botantis, Bhutan, and Bontanter. Next is Bolivia. Bolivia, if you saw my last video, is named after Simon Bolivar, which is called the land of Bolivar. It used to be called Bolivar itself before they decided to change it to Bolivia after somebody made a request. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia means land of the river Bosnia, or the coastal parts of Bosnia, even though Croatia really doesn't like giving it a coast. Herzegovina is duchy or dukedom, and it refers to the geographical plains near the inside of the area. Brazil derives from Brazil wood, a tree that used to grow there. Brazil wood itself means wood of ember, so it refers to red hot embers. So Brazil is red hot embers. Britain is from the Latin name Britannia, meaning land of the Britons. Brunei means Brunei Darussalam, which is the full name. Darussalam is Arabic, which means the Adobe of peace. Brunei is from a Malay exclamation, holy stutter, Baruna, or there. Baruna! And then next we have Bulgaria, which is from the Bulgars, the extinct tribe of Turkic origin, which created the country. Their name is possibly derived from the Proto-Turkic word bulga, to mix, shake, or stir, or bulgak, which means revolt or disorder. Burkina Faso, land of honest men. Burma, we'll just tell this former name. Name for the Burmans. That was easy. Burundi. I forgot where Burundi is located. Yeah, okay. Land of the Ikurundi speakers. Now I'm wasting too much time, so I'm just gonna go fast on the next two ones. Cambodia, land of the Cambodjas. Cameroon, shrimp, French. Canada. Many theories exist. It may mean village from the Arabic Canada. Any ideas about the slap us? Adopted for the entire Canadian Confederation. It may also refer to the St. Lawrence River. Or maybe it's from the Spanish or Portuguese Canada, or nothing here. I mean, it's true, it's nothing is there. Cabo Verde, Green Cape, or Cape Verde, because it's an island, haha, get it? Central African Republic. It's central. It's in Africa, and it's a republic. Wow. Chad derives from the Lake Chad, which is currently drying up. I mean, it isn't drying up, but it dried up to make it small. Okay. Chile, the name dates to the men of Chile, the survivors of the first Spanish expedition into the region. China, derived from Middle Persian Chini, derived from Scantrate China, and then it's also derived from the Qin state or the Qin dynasty. Qin, get it? It seems everybody called it China after that. It's very easy. Marco Polo, referred to as Cathay. Colombia, land of Columbus, not that hard. Comoros, somewhere here. Moons. It means moons. Republic of the Congo, named after the river. Democratic Republic of the Congo, also named after the river. Costa Rica. Rich Coast. Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Croatia. From the medieval Latin Croatia, from Croati, attested in the Sopot inscription from Northwest Slavic Rovats. Very weird. We have Cuba, which either means great place from Cubana or refers to the Taino Cubao or abundant fertile land. Cyprus, which is Latinized from the Greek Kupros. Czechoslovakia, wait. What? Czechia. It's Czechs? People? Get it? Next we have Denenbrog or Denmark. Could mean the Danish forest or march in reference to the forests of southern Schleswig. It was first attested in Old English. Djibouti. It's named for the eponymous capital Djibouti, founded in 1888 by the French pirate Eloy Pinault, and the capital of the previous French colonies, French Somaliland and Afars in Isa. Dominica is Dominica, Sunday Island, in Latin feminized from Dies Dominicus, Sunday lit lordly day, or more. It might also refer to Domingo. Dominican Republic. In Spanish, it's Republic of Santo Domingo, the capital of the Spanish-held region of Hispaniola. Next is East Timor, or Timor-Leste. But my list says East Timor, so I guess I'm saying it now. Eastern east of the island. Alright, so this island is called Timor. You understand? And Leste means east. So it's east of this island. You understand? Next we have Ecuador, which is equator in Spanish, which means, they would be like, oh yeah, Ecuador is located near the Ecuador. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Egypt. Home of the Ka of Ptah, from Latin Aegyptus, from Greek Aegyptos. Next is El Salvador, which means the savior in Spanish. Equatorial Guinea, which is self-descriptive. Equatorial Guinea. Since there's other countries that have Guinea in them, I'll talk about Guinea later. Eritrea, land of the Red Sea. This makes sense considering it borders the Red Sea. Estonia means land of the Aiste, a correction of earlier Esthonia, a re-Latinization of the Old English Estland. Eswatini, which means land of the Swazi. This was formerly called Swaziland, so this kind of makes sense. Ethiopia, land of the blacks. In ancient Greek, it means land of the burnt face. Fiji could possibly mean look out. Popularized by British explorer James Cook. Was the Tongan form of Viti, referring to the island of Viti Levu. Finland, land of the Finns. Not that hard. France is land of the Franks. Gabon means cloak, which is angelicanized from the Portuguese gabão. The Gambia is called Kabul, which is selected upon independence in 1965 from the name of the former British colony, named for the Gambia River, which it almost completely encloses. Georgia. The state means St. George, but Georgia here refers to, Georgia the state I think refers to King George. But anyway, according to modern scholars, Georgia seems to have been borrowed in the 11th or 12th century from the Syriac and Arabic Gurazan or Ian and Jurian or Jirzan. Germany. Germany is the English name, which could be from the Latin Germania. The official name is Deutschland, which means the people's land. Ghana means warrior king. Kingdom, Great Britain exists. Greece, which could be from Graikos and Krakos from Old English, Latin Graikos, presumably from the Greek Graikoi. The Romans were said to have called all the Greeks Graikos after they met one selection of the Greeks. Grenada is from its French former name, Le Grenade. Next is Guatemala, which is from Nahuatl, which means forest. Guinea, which is angelicanized from the Portuguese Guinea, traditionally derived from a corruption of Ghana above. My head hurts. Guinea-Bissau. Bissau means, Bissau could mean, something. What? It doesn't tell. Guyana means land of many waters in an indigenous language. Haiti. Originally Haiti, the name derives from the mountainous and hilly landscape of the western half of the island of Hispaniola. Honduras is from Christopher Columbus. Let's go. Named the country Honduras, which is Spanish for depths. I can't pronounce stuff today. Referring to the deep waters. Hungary. Hungary means hungry. It's Turkish for on Ugar, means people of the 10 arrows. In other words, alliance of the 10 tribes. Next, Iceland. Land of, can you guess it? Can you guess it? Can you guess it? Cockroaches, ice. India could derive from the Indus River. However, it could also derive from, that the Indus River came from the Sanskrit Sindhu. When we called the religion, we found it as Hindu. But when we got to the Greeks, they decided to switch the words around a bit, where you got Hindu, except it's not Greek yet, so make it India, very simple. Bharat is a native name from Sanskrit, mixed with English. Hindustan means land of the Sindh. Indonesia means the Indian islands in Greek. Iran, it means land of the Aryans or land of the free. The term Arya is from a Proto-Indo-Iranian root, generally meaning noble or free, cognate with the Greek-derived word aristocrat. Iraq, it could be derived from the city Uruk, near the river Euphrates. Ireland. After Eri, which means the fertile place, Ireland is just a simple reborn word for that, meaning land of the Eri. Israel means El or God persists or rules. Italy is from the mythological figure Italus. Jamaica. Jamaica is from the title or Arawak Chimaka or Heimaka, land of wood or water. Japan is from Japan, Marco Polo's Italian rendition of the island Shanghainese. It could also be a reference to Nihon or Nippon. Jordan, after the river Jordan. Kazakhstan, land of the Kazakhs, a former nomad tribe that lived there. Kenya, after mountain Kenya. Kiribati, an adaptation of Gilbert from the former European name, the Gilbert Islands. Korea, from Gaiolo, Marco Polo's Italian rendition of Gaioli, the Chinese name for Goryeo or Goguryeo. Korea itself is kind of a relatively new name. North Korea, same as Korea except north. Kosovo means, it's from the Serbian word Kosovo, derived from Kosovo Polje, or the central Kosovo plain, and literally means field of blackbird, since Kos is blackbird and ovo is a regular Serbian suffix for possessive adjectives. Kuwait, from the Arabic diminutive form of Kut or Kaut, meaning fortress built near water. Kyrgyzstan, land of the 40 tribes. In fact, Kyrgyzstan's new flag represents this, with 40 spears coming out for the 40 tribes. This flag may actually be outdated because I don't remember if it was 40 spears or now 40 wiggly sunshine things. Laos, coined under French rule, derived from Lao, Laotian, or a Laotian, from the ancient Indian word lava, which is one of the twin sons of the god Rama, who himself is a avatar of Vishnu. So Laos means son of Vishnu. Latvia emerged in the 11th century, 19th actually, by combining ethnonym with finale ija. Lebanon, standard Arabic, Lubnan, Lebanon, or Lebnan, means white or milk. Lesotho means land of the Basotho. Actually, it's pronounced Lesotho. Liberia, from the Latin liber, meaning liberty or freedom, because Liberia is a great American version of freedom, Libya. After the ancient Berber tribe called Libyans by the Greeks and Rub by the Egyptians. Until the country's independence, the term Libya generally applied to only the vast desert between the Tripolitanian lowland and the Fasu Plateau to the west, and Egypt's Nile River Valley to the east. With Tripoli as the name of the capital, they decided to use Libya. Liechtenstein. From the German light stone, or light as in bright, which took its name from the Liechtenstein dynasty. Lithuania has multiple theories. Some link it to the word lithe, to consolidate, or to unite, referring to the first union of tribes in ethnic Lithuanian land. Not lands of Balts, but lands of ancient tribes of Lithuanians, including Prussians, nowadays Latvians, and Belarusians. It could also be a hydronym. Luxembourg! It means country of the Ardennes, named after its capital city. Madagascar, named after the movie. It's a corruption of Mogadishu, popularized by Marco Polo. Malawi, possibly based on native word meaning flaming water, which could make sense because it borders Lake Malawi. Malaysia means land of the Malays. A combination of Malay and the Latin Greek suffix sia. Maldives. It derives from the Sanskrit. Oh my god, it's so tiny I can't even see anything here. From the Sanskrit Maladivipa, meaning garland of islands. Some sources say that the Tamil Malay or the Malayalam Mala mountains, Tamil Tivu and Sanskrit Tipu islands, thus mountain islands, could be the name. Mali, after the ancient West African kingdom of the exact same name. The word Mali itself means hippopotamus in Malinke and Bamana. French Sudan was its former colonial name. The term Sudan itself stems from the Arabic Bilad al-Sudan, land of the blacks. Malta, from either Greek or Phoenician. Of the cultures, available evidence suggests that the Greeks had an earlier presence on the island from as far back as 700 BC. The Greeks are known to have called the island Melita, meaning honey, as did the Romans. Marshall Islands, named after the British captain John Marshall, who first documented the islands in 1788. Mauritania, land of the Moors. Mauritius, named Prince Maurice Van Nachila, after Maurice of Nassau. Mexico, after the Mexica. Some take it from the old Nahuatl word for the sun. Federated States of Micronesia. Federated States coined from the Greek word micros, small, and nessos, so small islands. Federated States of the small islands. Moldova, from the Moldova River in Romania, possibly from Gothic Mulda, dust or mud, via the Principality of Moldavia. Monaco, from the ancient Greek Monikos, or the Latin Monachus. It's ultimately from Mongolian. It's basically an uncertain etymology because we don't really know anything, because humans are dumb. It may be the name of a mountain, or a river, or the corruption of the Mongolian Mongkye Tengriga, or eternal sky fire, or a derivation from Mughal, the 4th century founder of the Royan Khaganate. Montenegro means Black Mountain. in the Venetian language. Morocco, from Marrakech, the South region's former capital, from Portuguese Maracos. Form of the Berber name is Marrakech, and this means land of God. Mozambique, from the name of the island of Mozambique, which in turn probably comes from the Sheikh Musa ben Mimbiki, the Arab ruler at the time when Vasco da Gama called at the island in 1498. Next is Myanmar. Myanmar shows probably as it basically arose to differentiate itself from Burma. I actually could not find what it actually meant, so that's weird. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I'm stupid. That's probably the reason. Next we have Namibia. Oh, I forgot to make you guys stare at Myanmar. That's much better. Namibia comes from the coastal Namib Desert, which means area where there is nothing in the Nama language. Nauru. Narrow arrow may derive from the Narayan word Anaera. I can't even find Nauru, that's how tiny it is. Which means I go to the beach. The German settlers called the island Nawado or Onawero. Nepal. The name Nepal is derived from Nepal, as mentioned in the historical maps of South Asia. This means those who dominate cattle. And they practice Hinduism, so I guess they do. The Netherlands literally means low countries or lowlands. Let's go to New Zealand. It's named after the province of Zeeland in the Netherlands, which means sea land, referring to the large number of islands it contains. Next is Nicaragua. It means here surrounded by water, from Nahuatl Nicanajuac. The name the Nicaragua was gave to Western Nicaragua. Why is everything so hard to pronounce? Niger. In English, Niger is pronounced Niger. It may be pronounced Niger. This is named after the Niger River, from a native term Niger or River Gur, or from Tuareg Niagran, flowing water. Nigeria, same as Niger, except Ia is a suffix meaning land of, so land of the Niger River. North Korea, I already talked about that. North Macedonia, it's self-descriptive. Macedonia is from the Greek word Macedonia, a kingdom which was later a region named after the ancient Macedonians. Their name ultimately derives from the ancient Greek adjective makendros, meaning tall or taper. North shows that it is a northern portion of Macedonia. It used to be called simply Macedonia, but after numerous complaints from the Greeks, they decided to change the name. Norway, from the Old Norse Norr and Vegur, or it means the northern way. Oman. The etymology is kind of uncertain. It seems to be related to Pliny the Elder's Omana and Ptolemy's Omanam. both probably the ancient Sohar. Pakistan literally means name of the pure. And it was coined in 1933 by Chaudhry Ramat Ali. However, they decided that to use it as an acronym. 30 million Muslims brethren who live in Pakistan, which refers to the names of the 5 northwestern regions of the British Indian Empire: Punjab, Afghania, Kashmir, Sindh, and Balochistan. The letter I was incorporated to each pronunciation and formed a linguistic name. Palau, from the native Belau. Yeah, I finally found an island country. Traditionally derived from the Palauan Edibleu, or indirect replies. Next is Palestine. The English word Palestine is derived from the Latin word Palestina, or the Roman province of Palestine. Yeah, I better not zoom in on this map. Oh my god, that's scary. Anyway, it means Philistia and surrounding regions, which is basically means the land of the Philistines. Panama, after a former village near the modern capital, Panama. It means land or place of the abundance of fish. From the Kuweva language, Papua New Guinea. It acquired its name in the 19th century. Papua derives from Malay Papua, describing the hairstyle found in Papuan culture. New Guinea comes from the Spanish explorer Gil Ortiz de Retes, who noted the resemblance of the coast and the coast of Guinea in Africa. Paraguay. The exact meaning is unknown, but it seems to derive from the river of the same name. Peru. It might derive from the native word biru, meaning river. Philippines, which means land of Prince Philip of Asturias, from the Spanish Filipinas, honoring the future King Philip II of Spain. Poland, land of Poles, or Polands, it's Poland. It's Portugal, from medieval Romance, Portucale, from Latin Porta Scale, modern Porto and Gaia. Portus is Latin for port, but the meaning of Gaia is debated. Qatar derives from Qatara, believed to refer to the Qatari town of Zubara. Romania. Romania, which means Roman realm, or land of the Romanians. So in a nutshell, land of the Roman realm. So the Roman Empire conquered a large part of the country and the inhabitants became Romanized, or Romanians. Get it? Other variants of the name include Romania and Romania. Russia. From Russia, and Rus. All of these mean land of the Rus. The Rus were a Varangian group named after Roslavian region in Sweden. Yes, the inhabitants of Russia came from Sweden. Rwanda means large or big. The Polisario Front, or the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, refers to the name of the country. Sawari is referring to the Sawari people. The Policia Refren is probably either a Spanish or Portuguese name. Saint Kitts and Nevis. Saint Kitts comes from Saint Christopher, the patron saint of traveling. Saint Nevis derives from the Spanish phrase Nuestra Señora de las Nieves, which means Our Lady of the Snows, after the permanent halo of white clouds that surround the mountains on the island. Saint Lucia, which is Saint Lucy in Latin, for the shipwreck upon the island of French sailors on Saint Lucy Day. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Saint Vincent was bestowed by Christopher Columbus because they discovered the island on Saint Vincent Day. The Grenadines, from the Spanish city of Granada, and it also has a lot in common with Granada itself. Samoa, Holy Center, from a compound of the Samoan Sa, sacred, and Moa, center. San Marino, Saint Marinus in Italian. It means Saint Marinus, who may be possibly legend. Anyway, he was a stonemason who fled to the area. Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome refers to Saint Thomas in Portugal. Principe, or prince in Portuguese, mean from its shortening of the original name, Ilha do Príncipe, island of the prince. So it's Saint Thomas. So what this means is Saint Thomas and the prince. Saudi Arabia, named after the House of Saud, the ruling dynasty of the country. The dynasty itself took the name from its patriarch Saud, whose name means happiness. Kingdom of Scotland. I don't even know why I'm talking about Scotland, but okay. Land of the Scots, from the Latin Scotti as recorded by the Romans, refer to the Gaels of the Ireland and Western Scotland. Senegal, from the Senegal River. Serbia, the name of the Sorbs in present-day Germany has the same origin, which is uncertain. That's literally all the information I could find. Seychelles, named after Jean Morel de Seychelles, finance minister to King Louis I'm trying to read Norman. 15 Louis of France from 1754 to 1756. Sierra Leone means, oh my god, I'm so dumb. It means Lion Mountains. Let's go faster. Singapore, similar to Sierra Leone, means Lion City, from Singapura in Malay. Slovakia is from the Slavic Slavs. Slovenia means land of the Slavs. Solomon Islands, named for the biblical King Solomon by the Spanish explorer Alvaro de Jimenez y Nerelia. Somalia means land of the Somali. Somalia itself has an unknown origin. South Africa means south. Africa. 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 An alternative name, Azania, means probably the same thing, actually. South Sudan It means south of the land of the black people, which is similar to Egypt and Ethiopia, actually. Next is Spain. From the island of Hyraxis, from Norman French, Spagne. Sri Lanka means holy island, from Sanskrit Sri, holy, and Lanka, island. Lanka was also the name of the capital of King Ravana in the Sanskrit epic Ramayana, and that's actually where he lived. Sudan, we already talked about South Sudan. Suriname, after Suriname people, the earliest known and American inhabitants of the region. Sweden comes from Swedes, an Old English plural form of Swede. It means the first elements with links to the pi source, or one's own, of one's own kin. Switzerland, from the toponym switches, first attested in AD 1972 as Swutes. Syria, probably from the Greek Syria. How hard? Taiwan was the name of a coastal sandbank, and that's probably where Taiwan came from. Tajikistan means home of the Tajiks, as Persian-speaking ethnic group. Tanzania means land of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. And it's basically a simplification of the original name, United Republic of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Thailand means land of the Thai, which means free. Togo means I want to go home. It means by the water or behind the sea, derived from ewe, to water, and go, shore. Tonga means south or southern in Samoan, in reference to their position relative to Samoa. Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad, from Spanish La Isla de Trinidad, or Island of the Holy Trinity. Tobago, probably from the tobacco. Tunisia, land of Tunis, its capital, which probably derives from the Phoenician goddess Tanit. Turkey, simply land of the Turks. Turkmenistan, home of the Turkmen, similar to Turkey. Tuvalu means 8 islands standing with each other. Uganda is named after the Buganda Kingdom, which occupies the central region of the country. Ukraine, which means edge or borderland, or land or country, from Slavic. The United Arab Emirates, which are Arab Emirates that are united. The United Kingdom is a united kingdom. Now, the United States of America, which is the United States of America. America itself is a Latinization of Amerigo Vespucci. Uruguay, land beside the Uruguay River. Some derive it from Uruguay, or shellfish, and which is water. Vanuatu, which means our land. Vatican City means city on Vatican Hill. Venezuela means Little Venice, from Italian Venezuela. Vietnam means Viet South. So I think Vietnam became the one thing it destroyed. You are what you eat. Yemen, which is an uncertain etymology, probably from Arabic Yemen. It comes from Yemen, right side, in the sense of south. Zambia, land of the Zambezi, which flows through the east of the country and also forms its border with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, House of Stones. And with that, we have finally finished this. Hey you, this is possibly the longest video on my channel ever. And my head kind of hurts now. I kind of have a massive headache now that makes me want to slap myself so much times. So if you like this video, please consider liking the video. And if you want to do even more than that, maybe subscribe. And also, I don't know what to do with bricks, okay? Anyway, I'm just gonna wait 20 seconds until the stuff comes up. Yeah, you're probably gonna see the end credits roll in right now. Let's play some music as well.